mentors, business mentors, entrepreneurial gurus. Have you heard of them? You probably have, especially since, so many people are losing their jobs and trying to find alternative sources of income, especially since they're home too. They can't get any money at all. Yeah, people are screwed. What's up, Musketeers? It's your commander Prashant here, and just thought I should shoot a quick video on the various real estate mentors and who you should actually listen to. And the reason why it's so important to actually know, who's legit and who's like just not, cut them out completely is because this is your money. Remember, you work hard for your money every single day or however often you work, if you're working shift jobs or if you're working in passive income as well too, if you're working in investments and so on. You definitely want to, really think about who you're getting advice from and where in the cycle. What cycle am I talking about? Well, my business mentor, Grant Cardone, actually talks about a cycle in the lifespan of a person or, a business owner. They actually have like a build up as well too, where they're now, starting off and trying to grow up and it's really tough. They're going through all the issues and so on. And then eventually after months, maybe even years of persisting, they then get a spike, right? And he actually talks about the spikes in his business as well too, and where he actually made his dents in the market. If you're actually interested in that, I'll actually post a link right up there, and you can take a look. Now, Grant Cardone is my business mentor, my entrepreneurship mentor, and real estate mentor. And he also advises that you should really choose 2 to 3 people max to be mentored by. And the reason for this is because there's so many people like, oh my God, everyone wants to talk about money. And I think the reason for, so many people going into the personal finance space, real estate, and, business education as well is because there's a lot of money that can be made from actually doing different things like doing events, selling courses, doing training programs, and even investments as well too. Especially in a time like now where there's so much disruption, so many people losing their jobs, getting pay cuts, the stock market crashing down, Dow Jones going down, oil prices have gone down as well too. Oil prices are actually at I think it's a 30-year low or at least close to that. So this is why you really, really want to look at who you're getting your information from and who's the best person to tell you what to do with your money. So, in order for all of us musketeers to actually understand better what's going on, I'm gonna categorize all these gurus or so-called teachers into 3 categories. And it's basically based on age. At least that's how I'm actually seeing it, and that's how the information is kind of differentiated in my opinion. So let's take a look at category 1, which is, you guessed it. See that guy right there? That's Graham Stephan. Yeah, he's a pretty good entrepreneur who has multiple streams of income, and he actually has varying sources of income as well too. He falls into the category 1, which is persons basically under the age of 35. Now, these more often than not are persons in that 7-figure, probably low 8-figure range, and he falls into there especially. And also who falls into there is the Kwok brothers. You can actually take a look at the Kwok brothers. They're really good. Meet Kevin as well too. See, he's like right there. I check out his stuff too. He's a little bit more erratic. And there's also the Bigger Pockets podcast. See, there's I think his name is Brendan. Yeah. What's up, Brendan? So these guys are pretty good. They give a lot of really valuable information as far as mortgages, real estate, investing, retail sales on houses and other types of real estate and so on. But in the lifespan, in the cycle itself, they've been through all their erratic areas, all their tough times as well, and they're now on like an upward trajectory. They're now going into exponential growth, as I would actually call it. So these guys, they're pretty good. Each of them are about seven, maybe low eight figures, and they're kind of, getting their feet wet in terms of investments and so on. So I'd say they're pretty good people to start off with. But what I've realized is that, human beings, and you can actually learn about this on your own too. Our brains really start to mature after about age 25 into our late 20s and even early 30s. So these guys are pretty good. They're actually, getting their getting their investments in, doing really good financially as well, and growing their network as well too. Each of them have really good followers on both YouTube and all sorts of different social media. The danger, though, the danger with listening to these guys is that they've already been through the tough times, and you, as a new entrepreneur, if you just go strictly with their advice, you're not going to see a lot of different things that can come at you. Case in point, this global recession. It's scary, and a lot of people are not going to actually, survive it. So that's why you definitely want to be careful with these guys. They have really good information. They're really, really good to learn from, but be very, very particular on who you're actually listening to and how you take this advice. So then there's category two. Category two is basically persons who they're more on the good life thing. And when we look at category two, we're looking at the ages of about 35 to 45, somewhere in that kind of range. And two of the people that I've seen in this area are actually Tai Lopez and Gary Vee. Now, if you're familiar with these guys, you can actually post in the comments below as well too, but Gary Vee and Tai Lopez, to me, are more about showing the good life. Yeah, they have, really good content and stuff about what you should do and different types of things, but to me, they're more about, enjoying life and doing things that they, didn't get to do when they were younger. These guys are actually not in the exponential growth stages, but they're more or less in the middle of that hyper growth stage, yeah? And they're pretty comfortable there. Or, in fact, they may actually be at the plateau area because they're now slowing down to enjoy life and so on. And it's funny because the curve kind of looks like this, then it goes up, and then it plateaus. So, again, category number one is kind of here at the exponential growth stage. These guys are kind of at the top, and they're pretty much slowing down. Another person who falls into this category is Don Locke, and I've done another video as well too on Don Locke. He isn't quite the person who I would actually follow. In fact, any of these guys in this grouping, you want to be very, very, very careful as far as what you're listening to. And the reason for that is because all of these people in this category, they've peaked out. They're pretty much at their fullest potential. And they may talk about growing further. They may talk about, oh, they're going to do businesses all over the world. Oh, I'm going to fly to here, fly to there, and, go into a bunch of different things. The truth is, we just never see it. And guys in this category, they're pretty much, at that point where they want to enjoy life. They've invested their youth, probably invested their own health as well too, unfortunately. And now they have to actually, take an ease off and try to enjoy life with their family and their friends, or maybe even just with their money. So let's think about that. Oh my god, I have to keep looking to the side to stop the fucking video. Man. Okay, great. So I'm just gonna have to work with it. So category number three. Category number three are persons who are not giving up. They're kind of in between these two areas. So remember, we have the curve going up and here. So they're kind of in this area here, that they want to maintain that exponential growth and keep it going for as long as possible. And this is actually my favorite stage, because this is where we should aim for, always aim for category three. These persons, though, tend to be a bit older, though. Now, when I say older, we're looking at about 45 plus, or even 50 plus, all those areas. And Some names I can drop on this are people like Grant Cardone, my personal mentor, Patrick Bet-David, and Robert Kiyosaki. These guys are pretty good to listen to. But also, they've been through all these different stages. They went through their struggles, they went through their hyper growth phase, and they settled down already. But now they want to push their business to that next level, to not just, 8 figures like category 2, or even 7 figures like category 1, or even low 9 figures, but they're looking at the big B. And what is the big B? You know what it is. Come on. $2.2 trillion just got shot into the United States economy, okay? So there's a lot of opportunity, like insane amounts for people to actually become billionaires. And these guys, in my opinion, are actually pushing towards that, pushing to get enough assets, pushing to get enough cash flow, grow their businesses, grow their reach as much as possible. And I really do take a lot of inspiration from them. I'll actually leave a link up there for them. You can actually check them out. So yeah, that's pretty much my breakdown of the 3 categories. And again, my advice is to push for category number 3. You're kind of exponentially growing all the time. And your business is evergreen. Why you want to be there is because you never want to be in either of those 2 areas during a recession, during a collapse. The reason why is because these guys get wiped out first, or at least aren't able to handle the issues that come about with respect to employees, with respect to getting debt, with respect to continuing their business and expanding globally. It just is so tough. So, Musketeers, tell me in the comments below who you're actually following. In fact, the truth is, I follow all these people because I can learn something from each one of them. But I stick to one person in particular as far as the advice that I take. Reason being is because, again, it's money. You don't want to play with money. And shout out to all of them. I'm learning from all you guys a whole lot. Me being someone from a third world country, coming to the United States this year and actually registering a business. I want to do 6 figures this year. Next year, the first 6 months, I want to do 7. And then the last 6 months, I want to do 8. And just keep having that exponential growth and growing like crazy. Yeah. And I definitely want to work with all these guys in the future. Except for Don Locke. I don't think no. He's too slimy. Like, oh. So yeah, Musketeers, tell me in the comments below who you're actually following, who you think is the best person who gives the best advice. And if I forgot anyone, leave a comment as well too as to who you think can actually help out a whole lot in this recession, in this situation. And tell me what you're actually going to do in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, because now is the best time to grow your business and push out into the marketplace, destroy your competition. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you using social media, grow your entire social media following, and convert those clients into customers that are paying. Yeah, a lot of people have clients, but they don't have paying clients, and that you're able to retain them for years, decades, and so on. Yeah. So that's it for me, Musketeers. My arm is getting so tired. Oh my god, look at it. It's, oh man. Anyways, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Make sure and make that money. This is your Commander Prashant signing out.